Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Engineering Money, the podcast where some full time engineers just try to survive the market. It's
My
Tim's week.
yeah, my
Let's
internet's been really
go.
bad for what?
Let's go. Let's get hype.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
go.
My internet's been really bad the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And then I went and I got my vaccine today and I came back and it's so much better now.
That's well.
Did you
So,
report that to the app thing?
oh, maybe I
You
should.
can do that. You can
I thought you were only supposed to report the negative things that happen to you.
No, just any side effects. I think what it likely is your body now emits 5G.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
And my phone and computer are picking it up, which is yeah, it's great. Um, but I had some really detailed notes for this episode, and then my roommate decided that in order to reset our router while I was gone getting my vaccine, he was going to just turn off the main breaker to the house. Um, and so I lost all of my notes, so I had to rewrite these. Um, but
Modern problems.
I think I've got some interesting stuff to talk about. And it's actually very well timed because I wanted to talk about cryptocurrencies. They've been at a sustained, I consider high level
They've been
for
riding high.
for some time now, which we haven't seen before. Because normally when it goes up, it goes right back down, and this is definitely not a parabolic. Yeah, it's not a parabolic chart.
Here's an example of what cryptocurrency looks like for those that aren't aware.
Um,
Cryptocurrency is pictures of coins on the internet.
yeah, and one that we'll talk about in a bit. I especially have a bone to pick with Dogecoin. Um,
Dogecoin's been
yeah,
big lately.
Let me pull up an example of what a Dogecoin looks like.
It looks kind of like a Doge. Very wow, much coin.
Um, no, we're going to talk about this later, Ben.
Okay, what are we talking about
What
first?
what do you guys think? Well, we had a bit of a correction, if you want to call it, um, over this weekend.
Right.
Um, I think it was down like 10% overall, just in all the different big
Overall
coins.
market. But a lot of them
Um,
sunk further. I remember like because Bitcoin had hit a big all-time high, like 65,000 or something, and now it dropped like 15% in a day.
yeah, no, Bitcoin, and it was stagnating kind of at its price while Ethereum was still rising up higher, which I think in the long term is a trend that's going to continue because um, Ethereum is so much more useful than Bitcoin, except for the fact that right now the fees are really high.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
but Ethereum 2.0 should fix that because
Well,
the reason
if it's as nice as Litecoin, you got me on board. But right now, Litecoin's
it's so cheap.
practically free transactions are hard to beat.
No, it's pretty much free. You were right. I took your advice. I was trying to get money between Coinbase and BlockFi, and I was looking at what the fees were to send it with Ethereum, and it was like $8. Crazy stupid high. And then um, I I converted all my money to Litecoin and then sent it over as a Litecoin, and it was like a fraction of a penny. And then I just traded it back to Ethereum right away. Um, but what do you guys think? Will we see it go back down? Like, will we see a a drop like we've seen in the past,
Mm.
where the bottom just falls out, or because there's so many big players in now, do you think it will sustain?
Right. I'm not sure. I've looked at, historic Bitcoin price, for example, before, and you're right. It's it tends to spike by like 1,000% and then go down 50%. And so right now we're down 15. Are we going to go down the whole 50? I don't think so. I think, like you said, the big players getting in at that kind of 50 to 60,000 price point for Bitcoin, a lot of these big players going with Bitcoin specifically, I think that's kind of going to be a floor for it,
Yeah.
which is still a big drop from the like 68 or whatever it was at its peak. But I don't think it's going to be like the last time it lost all its value.
Yeah. That's kind of my sentiment as well. Um, and I've also I've seen oh see this is one of my notes that I forgot to write back down. I've seen multiple articles of um, people claiming that, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are going to replace people's desire to buy gold in uncertain markets.
Because it's the whole where do you go when you're afraid of inflation and falling
Yeah.
stock prices?
And what do you think about that, Ben?
Well, I'm just looking. I couldn't pull up the Bitcoin on the computer for some reason, but I'm looking on my phone.
Oh,
And over the past 2 months, it looks like Bitcoin's dropped a pretty substantial amount. I don't know. This is like just one in the series, it looks like.
yeah. I mean, it's had some decent
Like from
drops.
February 20th to February 27th, we saw a pretty significant dive. What is that? 20% down. Then March 12th to 24th, we saw 15% down. And then the one that we're seeing right now at like
Thing with
10%.
these crazy volatile cryptocurrencies, that 15% is all in a day, and then it can keep going up.
I still feel like the volatility is much less than it was, say, when we had the rally 3 years
Let's pull
ago.
up something crazy interesting. How about that? This is the gold to Bitcoin ratio. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes along with what I was saying.
Exactly. Yeah, because you were talking
right
about
now
that as inflation protection. We are at an all-time low for this ratio. But yeah, it has ticked up.
Kind of spiked. Well, and this makes sense because when you're looking at the course of months, Bitcoin's been steadily going up and gold's been steadily going down.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely last couple days, you see this gold to Bitcoin.
Yeah, because gold's been going down since about August, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. KL.
Yeah, I know. It'll come back eventually. We have those dividends to sustain us.
There's
now.
also
it keeps you going through the hard times.
to Bitcoin.
Oh, is
No,
that
that'd be. You want to do Litecoin to silver, Ben? Don't you know that
because
the
everyone
Bitcoin...
knows in the pictures the Bitcoins are always little gold coins with B's on them, and Litecoins are silver with L's on them.
Exactly. So it only makes sense.
Can we get platinum to Ethereum?
Platinum to Ethereum? I don't know if they calculate that here.
That's what I really care about.
Yeah, because platinum's the next big metal, right, Joey?
Oh, it is. It is absolutely the next big metal.
Dang, they got it to like everything except for cryptocurrencies.
Interesting. But yeah, Joey, when we'd been talking in the past, you were saying that you thought we were at a bottom right now.
I was saying that
if you're looking forward.
Right. Looking forward, I thought we were going to see a lot of climbing.
No way, I got it.
The 50 to 60,000 range would be a bottom, and that's kind of where we were. So this drop, I don't think is going to go down much more. I'm buying more on Monday.
Why on Monday? You can buy it today.
Yeah, but I do my fast trades with the Grayscale funds because they're free to trade, and I do my longer-term holds with BlockFi because they give you money.
Ben, I can't believe you actually found it.
I had to make it. So I found a new functionality to this chart. They have this division, subtraction, addition, multiplication to the power and an inverse.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ben, what is this?
Tradingview.com.
Nice.
Yeah. Joey, Ben has used this in every episode.
I know, I just never knew the name of it, and now that we found a cool functionality, I'm sure viewers would like to look it up.
Um, no, but Joey, you said you're gonna put more money, or you're gonna buy some more on Monday. So, what do both of you see as the ideal percentage of
No more than
cryptocurrency?
5%.
I'd agree with that.
In your you like your portfolio cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
I am My target is 5%, but if I buy more Monday, I do think I'll go over that. But the thing is, this trade I'm
Yeah.
making right now is supposed to be a quick trade, as
Mhm.
opposed to my long-term holding at 5%.
Because
Yeah. Yeah. 5% is what I'm gonna be targeting as well.
That's also
Maybe a
my
little less.
precious metals between gold and platinum. I also try to hold 5%.
But you have them in different categories, right?
Right. So I have like precious metals is 5, crypto is 5, and then I've got mostly stocks split between US and international.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and really you shouldn't have any one stock being more than 5% of your
5% is
Right.
just
portfolio as
kind of the
well.
golden rule, I feel like, for any individual holding.
It's nice because
Yeah.
it means 1/20th, and if you have more than 20 individual holdings, that's really hard to keep track of. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
recommend it.
Yeah, 20. That's 20 is a good number to have, otherwise you get it over your head. Um, but as we were talking about, in 5 to 10 years, this will be a bottom on the long rise up, most likely. Um, you still have to be wary of altcoins though, because you don't
Right.
actually know which ones are just going to be trash and not useful, and no one's going to
Yeah, is there
no one's
like a
going to
ETF
want
or
them.
something? Is there any sort of fund? Like a whole market crypto?
Um,
The
I,
grayscale funds are the big ones right now, and
yeah,
they have a large cap crypto fund, so it includes something like 10 coins, but there's a whole universe out there of little penny coins.
but that's not an. Is that actually an ETF? Or I thought it was technically something different because
No,
they
yeah,
haven't been
it
able.
doesn't work like an ETF, right? You invest in it almost like you invest in a company, but as a company, all it does is hold a portfolio of
Yeah, yeah, because they've run
crypto.
into some issues. I don't know where, but they're really trying to get an ETF going, and they keep getting hit with red tape.
Mm.
Um,
And I know even Fidelity is trying to open one now.
oh, that's cool. I will
I
definitely.
think they might be going just for Bitcoin, but yeah, it's becoming a mainstream thing for these big financial players to do crypto.
Yeah. Um, but speaking of being wary of coins that don't actually have any value, or not value, but they don't have any technological value. Like
Mm.
obviously Bitcoin is, um, it's the big player because it was the first, and then Ethereum comes in with a lot of technological advances over Bitcoin, where you can use it for a lot more things. It's got more functionality. Um, currently it's a little flawed, but they're bringing out Ethereum 2.0. But as you talked about earlier with Dogecoin, I think in 10 years there should be no reason that people use Dogecoin.
Right. It's even its creator, like it is inherently made as a meme.
Whoa.
It's a joke.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ben, it's recently been spiking like crazy.
Do you still
And
have any?
and here's some disclosure. I bought Dogecoin in 2014. Tell me what the cost basis for my
What's the
Well, it
return?
2014 was.
only started tracking it last year, but it's
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Well,
That's pretty
0.005
close.
here.
I'm fairly certain my cost basis is 1/1000th of a cent per Dogecoin, and my I think that the minimum number that I had, because I can't really remember, was I had like $20 worth. Um, so what? How much would that be today?
A lot.
20 divided by
It's up at 30 cents now.
35 almost.
Yeah, if I only had $20 in it in 2014, it's $60,000 now. But I'm forced to hold on for dear life because I I don't remember my ID. but but I have the key. I have the password to get into it. So if I were to test the password on every single wallet used in like 2014, then I could probably find it. I
Tim,
talked
there's a big reward waiting at the end of this exercise.
Yeah, I know. Um, I I don't know. I don't really kick myself for not um like keeping it. I don't know, documenting it more because I didn't put any work into this, so I don't feel like I'm losing anything. But um, no, it's funny. I was looking for my wallet ID and I knew I left a piece of paper with like the credentials and stuff on it in my desk, and I found it and it says wallet ID and I didn't write anything down and it says password and I wrote it
Oh
down.
my god.
You probably looked at it and said, "Wait, better be secure, not write down the ID and password on the same piece of
That
paper."
that's exactly what I did. I put the ID on a notepad in a flash drive and I left that in my desk too.
Oh
And
man.
I don't know where the flash drive is.
Wow. So
So,
there's
but with
a
that out of the
treasure
way,
hunt at like current events.
Treasure hunt.
yeah.
Jeez. Got to get
Um,
that flash drive.
But Dogecoin doesn't. It's not good. It's like
Right. There's no reason to use it over any other cryptocurrency, like as a currency. It's
yeah,
just a it's like we were talking about last week, like why would you invest in this? What do you look at it as? Is it you want a piece of this good company, this good investment, or is it a gamble? And right now, people are driving up the price because it's a gamble.
yeah, because they think that they can make money off of it, and I mean you can't even like if you were to compare it to like the run up of the price of like Tesla stock because Elon Musk had talked about Doge at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even in that case, you can still argue that Tesla is an innovative company and they're putting out products that are going to make money and benefit people. So
Right.
there's
It's
a
not just a
reason.
meme.
Yeah, there is a reason to put money into it and to have a stake in the company. For Dogecoin, there is no reason other than that you think more people are going to think that it's a funny meme and they're going to buy into it.
It's just timing. It's are you timing it right? Whereas the bet on Tesla is, are you correct in guessing that this is the technology of the future?
Yeah,
So, which thing do you feel more comfortable putting money into?
Well, if you think about it,
exactly.
crazier things have happened in the past. GameStop
That's
shot all the way up
that's
to
a good
whatever
point.
it was, like $500 a share. On
Which
a
is,
meme,
yeah.
not
Also, all
Yeah.
about the meme. Although I still do hear people tell me about how GameStop is turning around and now it really does have a future, and so they're buying
Yeah.
it still.
No, because the shoot up in stock price actually allowed them to secure more funds, and now they're kind of
Right.
like reinventing
Mm.
themselves, or at
They
least
did
trying.
the smart thing.
Yeah. And also another thing about Dogecoin is there's no limit on how many Dogecoin will be created.
Right.
Um,
There's a finite possible number of things
Yeah.
like Litecoin and
But who's
and
to say
Bitcoin.
maybe
yeah.
the creator of Dogecoin or their team, use this as an opportunity like GameStop did?
No,
But
the
it's all
creator
open source, so it's
Yeah,
just
and-
like
Ben, the creator already sold off all of his Dogecoin, like in 2015, I think, because he said crypto's not really his thing.
So is there
he made it for fun.
I
It's
guess I just
open
don't know
source.
enough
It is
about
just
this
in the
stuff.
wild
So it's all
now.
just
It's-
crazy jungle.
yeah,
There's no direction other
I
than
think it's
the
interesting
hive.
because
Yeah.
it shows like you can have this totally decentralized thing. It's crowdsourced, open source platform, and people are putting real value into it, which is, I think, interesting for the idea of cryptocurrency overall. But I think Tim is right that the ones with real utility built into them, functionality that actually makes them useful for security reasons or ease of transfer, things like that. Those are going to be the ones that last.
Yeah, I like to think
Oh,
so.
we're over 20
I guess we'll
minutes.
see.
Put
Yep.
your
Oh,
favorite flavor of frozen pizza in the comment section down below.